If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others. Thank you.
I am so happy that we are here on this Friday on your social media platforms. This is the AM Drive live with Mike and Aaron on 12 Ounce Sports, presented by Buttercloth. Aaron, did you know that Buttercloth shirts are extraordinarily soft? They look like sophisticated casual dress shirts, but feel like you're putting on your favorite t-shirt. I really love the Clearwater. Okay, I did not say that. So in 2018, was you killing me with this crap? In 2018, Aaron, they struck a deal with Shark Tank, with Mark Cuban and the boys. But in 2021, they struck their best deal with the AM Drive by partnering with us. Visit our page at theamdrive.com and click the sponsors logo today to pick up the world's most comfortable shirt. Or simply go to mikeandaarondrive.com and click the Buttercloth logo. Aaron, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, sir. It is the weekend for most of the world, and I'm just hanging out here, having my coffee, enjoying life.
Has your mug come in yet?
No, it has not come in yet. So I need to file a complaint with who do I know in this?
Spring,
it's
I guess.
you. It's you.
Whoa! Nah, if you want AM Drive merch like me and Aaron, well, Mike and Aaron, it's going to happen soon. I promise you, we'll both have mugs. But www.amdrive.online takes you straight to the merch. All right, let's start off with Mike's to the first. And Twitter got fooled. Well, imagine that. Social media, don't you love it? You think there's news on there? But despite no verified Twitter accounts or news stations at all promoting this, Twitter believed that NBA player for the Charlotte Hornets, PJ Washington, owed this Instagram model that he had a baby with $200,000 a month in child support. You're wondering, Mike, what are you talking about? I'll tell you. When PJ was in college or high school, if I'm not mistaken, he was 17, turning 18 years old, and he was the next big thing. He got with this chick named Brittany Renner, who is some Instagram model for various reasons that I will not disclose on the AM Drive. She's a pretty girl who dresses in pretty clothing, okay? We'll put it like that. So PJ got with this girl. He shot a shot, literally like a basketball player, and he got the girl. So now he's like 22 or 23. He's on this contract, like $14 million over 2 years. Good for him. But PJ had a kid with this girl. 2 months after the kid is born, the girl then leaves and he's saying stuff on social media. But the other day, PJ said stop the cap after the firestorm that happened about him having to pay $200,000 a month in child support, which literally does not happen. It does not exist. But he said stop the cap. For the old heads like Aaron, it means quit lying, okay?
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant.
Aaron, what do you got to say about this situation? Well, you think Twitter, come on, what are they doing here?
Well, I mean, this isn't the first time Twitter's been duped. I mean, your boy, Barry McCockiner, dupes Twitter on the regular.
Right.
And makes good money for it.
Yeah, Ultra Weed Hater, great follow.
Yeah, when he does the Sports Center tweets, I think he did one with Deshaun Watson that he had been traded to like Minnesota or either Philadelphia or something. He had duped everybody. It had like 14,000 retweets. So
right.
This isn't the first time Twitter's gotten fooled, and it won't be the last time.
And that's okay with me because I think it's a funny place when Twitter does get duped. But when you have like kids literally arguing over this stuff, it's like, guys, come on. Anyways, on Twitter, as you see our social links, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, AM Drive 120Z on those platforms. On Twitter only, we're doing a Fanatics branded giveaway for NFL shirt of the winner's choice. That's AM Drive 120Z on Twitter, and follow us at the other good places as well. Also, you can email the drive at 120zamdrive@gmail.com for comments, suggestions, or sponsorship. All righty.
Yeah, sponsorship's always good.
I love it. Gotta love it. Okay, Aaron. Next up, we're going to talk about J.R. Smith. This is crazy that J.R. Smith pops into the news today or recently. He wants to go back to college, to North Carolina A&T. We'll go to college in North Carolina A&T. He wants to play golf. Aaron, you're the golf guy. I'm the NBA guy. So it's kind of like a mixture of best of both worlds here. What do you think about this?
Well, I didn't know J.R. Smith was much of a golfer. He wasn't much of an NBA player either. So I understand people know that this guy's 35, 36 years old, and they're wondering, WTF, how does he get to go play college golf? You don't usually go backwards, but J.R. Smith never went to college. He went straight to the NBA out of high school. So
wow.
His eligibility is still there. I'm all for it. I mean, like I said, I don't know much about J.R. Smith other than the LeBron meme, doing this when he ran away from the basket. Yeah, I'm. If he wants to do it and he's successful enough, I'm happy for him. More power to it. I know a lot of people on Twitter are saying, well, this takes a spot away from some 18-year-old kid. Well, then just be better than the 36-year-old guy. It's the same story with Tim Tebow. Like, it takes away a roster spot. I got to imagine Urban. If you can't beat out a third-string tight end, then you don't deserve to be in the NFL. If you can't beat out a 36-year-old guy playing golf, mostly as a hobby, then you don't deserve to be on a golf team.
As a hobby.
I would imagine it's mostly. I don't know if he's any good. I'd love to see if he's. I love anybody who loves the sport of golf or wants to play the sport of golf. I am all in on. So, if J.R. Smith wants to go back and make this a thing, I mean, I doubt we're really going to hear more about this, even if he makes the team. Because no disrespect, it's a small school. It's North Carolina A&T. The only thing I know about North Carolina A&T, I think they were featured in Drumline as one of the teams, one of the Drumline teams.
Wow.
So, I can't imagine that we're going to be seeing too much on this story. Right. But if he makes the team, maybe, ESPN will show some highlights here and there. But, yeah, I guess he talked to Ray Allen about it, and Ray Allen gave him, the vote of confidence that he needed. And he played at the Pro-Am on Wednesday at the Wyndham Championship, which is currently going on right now that we previewed on Wednesday. So I am curious if there's any video of him at the Pro-Am Championship. Obviously, he must be good enough at golf if they think he's good enough to play at a Pro-Am. So, again, more power to you, J.R. Smith. I hope you make the team. I really do. I'm never rooting for anybody to fail in the golf world. It's I know this may be hard for you to wrap your head around, Mike, but there's not a lot of people I hate in golf. There's probably two that I don't root for.
It's hard to hate somebody in golf.
It's not hard. A lot of people hated Tiger because of his antics on the field.
I hate Phil.
Yeah, you hate Phil. I don't know why.
I'm not a Phil guy. Oh, okay, so tangent here. I just feel like Phil was always given all this undue praise when Tiger was clearly better. I didn't feel like Phil deserved any praise because, I feel like Tiger was always kicking his butt.
Well, you give LeBron James praise when Michael Jordan's clearly better.
Whoa! Pow, pow, shots fired. Listen, shout out J.R. Smith for doing this. I wouldn't put any money on that guy. I know you like the golf bet stuff. I wouldn't put any money on him because I feel like if he's not concentrating in basketball, why would he concentrate in golf?
Well, luckily you can't bet college golf at this point.
That's rapidly changing. Speaking of rapidly changing, the next segment is presented by Vice Golf. We'll be right back to the AM Drive. Mitch Bernstein's on the other side. We'll see you guys in just a bit.
To MyBookie. you're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
For your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Let's face it, your shirt sucks. This is your average dress shirt. It serves one purpose and it doesn't even do a good job at it. They're stiff, scratchy, hot, and wrinkle like they were made to. This is the icy cotton shirt from Buttercloth, and it's gonna make you rethink every shirt in your closet. Buttercloth shirts are designed to look like a Friday night, but feel like a Sunday morning. So stop buying those marked up, luxury brand dress shirts only to be let down when they feel like every other shirt. Buttercloth shirts are made with the finest long fiber cotton that feels soft and smooth against your skin. It's like you're being cuddled by a bunch of adorable puppies. Long fiber cotton produces luxuriously soft fabric that naturally keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. I've never felt more comfortable in my life. Icy Cotton by Buttercloth takes it one step further. This revolutionary shirt is literally infused with mint fibers that make the fabric cool to the touch. Mint is also a natural odor repellent, so you'll smell nice and fresh all day long. Can't smell a thing.
Do you like online shopping? Jeff Bezos made online shopping better with Amazon. You can buy batteries, get a TV, even purchase your favorite soda. But wait, do you like sports talk? Jeff Beck made sports talk better with 12 on Sports. Next time you use Amazon, use www.12onsportsradio.com/Amazon. Sign in and get shopping. It costs you nothing and helps us. That's www.12onsportsradio.com/Amazon. Thanks.
All right, and welcome back to the AM Drive with Mike and Aaron, presented by 12 Ounce Sports, also presented by Vice Golf. We have Mitch Bernstein of the Bern with Mitch here. Mitch, did you know that Vice Golf is rapidly changing the game, making premium golf balls and selling them for less than anybody else on the market?
I did not.
Well, now you know, Mitch. A little education for you, because you're going to give us some education today talking about the MLB. And we had such a great experience, in my opinion, last night with the Field of Dreams game. I want to start there. What did you think about the way that baseball set this up? And do you think this could be something going forward in the future?
Absolutely loved it. Now, I saw the movie when it came out, so I'm a diehard. Went to the. I have a hell of a story to tell you guys at some point about meeting Kevin Costner on the field when they played the movie there many years ago. But as for last night, it was classic. I really wanted him to walk through the corn, and they did that. I really wanted Dwyer Brown. I wanted Kevin Costner and Dwyer Brown to have that opening pitch. I don't know that they didn't do that. I was a little disappointed with that. But the entire concept of being there and that ball, I wish I had a microphone in the corn to hear the ball land when they home runs hit. It would have been even more special. But to me, it was an iconic game. I said to my wife, I said, what other movie really can you do this with? So I really loved it. And I believe there will be more. Some people are saying, Melanie Newman, I think from Baltimore, she said they shouldn't have any more because this was really special and it's going to lose some of the glamour. And I disagree. I think it should be a tradition. And our Beck boss was asking, and you guys were commenting about, the future of it. And there is a future. They are developing plans to enhance and enlarge the entire complex with youth games and youth tournaments. And I think a hotel. Mike, stop the booing. Mike, it's classic. Hey, they got to make money somehow, Michael.
I know, Aaron. I know.
But Mike, why are you booing? I want to know why you're booing.
Because I feel like it's a perfect, every year I want this to happen. Come on, Mitch, you want this.
No, I do want it to happen every year.
You will agree, Aaron?
I think what Mike is saying is he doesn't want this to be anything but that field or that stadium, anything but the MLB game, kind of a la I don't know, some stadiums that only host 1 or 2 games a year. He doesn't want this to turn into the Iowa State championship field, for high school teams. I think that's what Mike's thinking right now.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately, due to the economics in that specific area, they need. I mean, listen, it'll bring more baseball to that area. And perhaps the whole thing is to develop baseball fans, and whether it's in Dyersville, Iowa, or in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Chicago, or in New York, the idea is to enhance and increase the number of kids playing baseball. So I think that's the main reason why. But Mike, I agree, for the romanticism of the game, for that particular game, for the enhancement of the understanding of the movie, I agree. Yes, there's a point. Your point is well taken for that. I agree totally.
Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm curious about, you talked about where else, what other baseball movies they can do it. I would love to see a Bull Durham recreation. I know that Durham's obviously got a minor league team. The Sandlot would be cool, building that junk field. I know it would obviously be good, but the Sandlot would be cool. Maybe having the Beast jump over the left field wall every inning.
That would be good. Yes, that would be really good.
So I think there's some spots to do it. I think the creative juices of the MLB need to get that going. I don't want to make this a corny recreation every year, but the Field of Dreams game would be cool. I think a 2-game series would be better, in my opinion. Take a home game from each one of the teams, because that owners don't like to lose home games. We know that. So, what are your thoughts on that?
And that's another good point, because is limited seating, which I get that, no big deal. But I'll have the opportunity for other fans to come out and do that. Yeah, you get 1 ticket for 1 game, and then that's 16. That's 8 more thousand tickets that people can get. So yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, and I actually say, if I had to pick one thing to be negative about this, and it's not really that, it's more of a in jest comment. But I would say, instead of having a wall, just if you hit it into the corn, it's a ground rule double. If you hit it over the corn, it's a homer. Make them go into the corn for it.
I like that. I do like that. That's great. No, that's right. That's your typical, or expand the corn, right? Just expand it and leave some open area so that, yes, if the ball happens to go into the corn on the ground, it's a ground rule double. Yeah.
There you go. All right, we're talking to Mitch Bernstein, host of the Bern with Mitch, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's move away from the Field of Dreams and talk about a player that's probably lived out most of our dreams, got paid for not a lot of effort, Chris Davis.
Whoa!
Chris Davis retires.
The new Bobby Bonilla deal.
Yeah, he did. He got everything deferred. July 1st, he's going to get paid just like Bobby for the next
That's crazy.
10, 15 years or so. How will you remember Chris Davis? Because there's the Chris Davis of Texas and there's the Chris Davis of Baltimore. And now there's another Chris Davis of Texas.
Poor Glenn.
I don't know much about it. I never follow him that much, so I have a hard time giving any good opinions. It's more for me. It's more of the crazy ownership management that gives him these contracts and allows it to go on and on forever. As an addendum to that, I was at Citi Field yesterday, and the guy I was with, it was funny. He wanted to get a Bobby Bonilla shirt. I said, they're not going to have a Bobby Bonilla shirt. He goes, well, I just want to get people mad. And I said, if they had a Bobby Bonilla shirt in this place, people would tear it down for what they did, for what they've done to him. I mean, it's crazy. It should be illegal. I mean, this is where maybe the commissioners, when these deals are done, needs to step in and go, are you freaking nuts? Are you going to be able to survive this? You got to waste your money on this. I'm here for the integrity of baseball and for your sound management, and your management sucks if you're going to give them these contracts. But yeah, that's my opinion on that crap.
Well, to be fair, though, the NHL has done them too. Looking at you, Rick DiPietro. So MLB is not alone in stupid contract giving. So to be fair to them, yeah.
True.
I will remember Chris Davis as spelling his name with a K.
K.
Because that's
same, dude. That's like a chick.
That's you're talking about. I'm saying this Chris Davis should spell his name with a K because that's all he did: home run or strikeout.
That's very good, Aaron. I like the way you put that together.
Yes, thank you. All right, let's talk about some of these deadline deals and how they're panning out right now. Obviously, the Dodgers, Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. What are we looking at here as they try to catch Los Gigantes in the NL West?
Yeah, I think eventually that is going to reap benefits for them. Listen, how can you beat Max Scherzer with his history? And, Turner, he's kind of a Phillies killer. So, I'm so glad he's out of the damn division. And he's a good player, man. He's clutch. He can hit. He can run. It can't do anything but help this team get past the Giants. If anybody is, I don't think the Padres are now.
Hey, Aaron,
yes.
Can I ask the next question?
Yeah.
About Shohei Ohtani?
Well, hold on a second. I want to talk about a couple more deadline deals, and then we can talk about Shohei. I want to move on.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. We got Chris Bryant to the Giants. Is that working out so far?
Yeah, I think, again, I don't know if these guys – I mean, listen, it was interesting the great thing that happened on the first day of each of those Cubs going to the other teams was each of them hit a home run. How the hell does that happen? Holy crap.
Ain't this game romantic?
Absolutely. Yes, again, I think all of these deals, these top players, except for Javi Baez, who's not doing so well with the Mets. He's hurt. I think they will eventually. Again, these guys are pros. It'll take them a couple of days, and it's already been a couple of days to get acclimated. And now they're going to continue to go. And I think there's motivation there. These players step up when it's time. There's motivation. They're in a pennant race. They're in a division race. They're gonna help these teams get to where they need to go.
Just not the Yankees.
Well, yeah, the Yankees. That game last night. Listen. To me, I'm going to go back. I'm going to digress a little bit. It was almost my negative, my questioning brain last night was, are they going to give these guys meatballs to hit just so somebody could hit it into the corn? I mean, we heard in the pregame that the balls are flying out of there, but it was, boom. Listen, talk about dramatics. Yankees, wow, look at that. They're going to win the game. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're not. And Liam Hendricks, he sucked, but he gets the win. That's the problem with that statistic. You pitch like crap, and then all of a sudden you happen to be there and you win. He gave up 4 freaking runs. Anyway, I digressed. The Yankees, yeah. Well, I don't think they're going to go, and they're not going anywhere.
Well, actually, that was the last question. I thought with the Gallo, just real quickly here before we move on to Shohei, with the Gallo and Rizzo trades, they're hot right now, so we'll have to see. Still 7 games back at Tampa, but
and that's the thing. Tampa's, again, my prediction was earlier was that Tampa was going to eventually overtake Boston, and as much as the Yankees try. Now, might they get the wild card? Yes, it's a possibility. They're in that. So you can't count them down yet. Can't count them out yet. But, I think it's going to be Tampa Bay and Boston 1-2 in that division.
There you go. Aaron's living the dream right now.
I know. Mike, you wanted to talk about Shohei. We've not heard a lot about him since the All-Star break. I'm
a huge Shohei Ohtani guy. I feel like he's the next Yao Ming in terms of China. He's from China, right? Or is he Japan?
Japan.
I give up. Forget what I said about Yao Ming. No disrespect. That was wrong. That was wrong.
They can still be of the Asian.
But the Asian Pacific, yes. So Shohei Ohtani is obviously stuck with the Angels, like Mike Trout, who's injured, is stuck with the Angels. Do you believe?
By choice, Mike Trout stuck with the Angels.
Yes, because he's like Connor. He's like me. I'm stuck with mediocrity. I don't want to sell myself. With Shohei Ohtani, do you believe that he should move on from the Angels? Or you think he should stick it out and be like a good old, classic player?
Tough question because, I'm not out there. I don't know a lot about himself. And, I think like any ball player, he wants to win a World Series, wants to win a championship. I think there will be a time when his contract is up, and I don't know when that is, that his agent and he will have to talk and say, listen, what do you want to do? Is there a personal issue with going to a different team and having to, as these other major league players have done? Is that transition harder because he's from Japan and doesn't speak English? I don't know.
Wow.
He's got a comfort zone in LA. Is that a big deal for the foreign player who coming over? I don't know. But if it just so gut feeling is you're seeing this team, are they making any moves to get better? And it's up to him and his agent to say, you know what, Shohei, let's seek out an opportunity where you might be able to win in a bigger market.
Right.
Yeah, it's a tough question. You look at the situation with Ichiro, the respect factor is so great in the Japanese culture that he may not leave the Angels, or he may give the Angels every opportunity to keep him. He's not a free agent until after the 2023 season. So we have a couple more years. Things could take a turn. You just never quite know. I think the Angels have treated him well, especially throughout all those injuries he had. So it's going to be an interesting slot there in 2023. If he's absolutely just wants to win, I don't think it's in LA, unfortunately. Despite all, they try. They really try.
The Dodgers.
It could. I meant LA. I'm sorry. It won't be in Anaheim.
Right. No offense,
All right,
Max and the boys.
All right, Mitch, we got about 60 seconds left here. My last question for you is, with approximately 50 games left, who do you, if you had a vote, who is your Cy Young and who is your MVP?
Cy Young, National League, Zach Wheeler. Most consistent. I've watched him. He's unbelievable. DeGrom is awesome, but he's not been pitching as well lately. He's hurt a little bit, so we'll see. American League, between Carlos Rodon and Lance Lynn of the White Sox. Lance Lynn has a great breaking pitch. He wasn't perfect last night, but I think that was nerves. MVP could be Harper, could be Soto if he gets hot. Tatis's hurt. Don't know how that's going to hurt him. And Max Muncy and Trey Turner are in the mix. MVP, I don't want to vote for Ohtani because my personal feeling is it's got to come from a major league. It's got to come from a division winner. I don't agree with an MVP going nowhere. What's the purpose of that? Your MVP is the one that takes you to the next step. So that's Vlad Guerrero or in the American League or Carlos Correa.
Well, you look at Vlad Guerrero, and there's a chance they may not be there either.
That's true, but right now, possibility.
Correct. Yeah.
Soto gets hot. It's Soto, Harper, Max Muncy, Trey Turner are my top four for the National League.
All right, it's Mitch Bernstein, host of the Bern with Mitch, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Incredible stories, incredible tales he puts on there on his show. Mitch, thank you for taking the time. out of your busy schedule to join us this Friday morning, and we'll catch you back when playoffs start.
Great, guys. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Have a great show.
Thanks,
Yes,
Mitch.
sir.
Appreciate you. All right, on the other side of the break, we've got Cody Felger talking NFL, mostly Colts. I know Mike's excited about this one. Bring the juice, Mike. We'll be back on the other side.
Woo!
To MyBookie, you're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Your favorite college at Fanatics.com. The largest assortment of officially licensed fan gear from more than 500 colleges. Every conference, every team. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Let's face it, your shirt sucks. This is your average dress shirt. It serves one purpose and it doesn't even do a good job at it. They're stiff, scratchy, hot, and wrinkle like they were made to. This is the icy cotton shirt from Buttercloth, and it's gonna make you rethink every shirt in your closet. Buttercloth shirts are designed to look like a Friday night, but feel like a Sunday morning. So stop buying those marked up, luxury brand dress shirts only to be let down when they feel like every other shirt. Buttercloth shirts are made with the finest long fiber cotton that feels soft and smooth against your skin. It's like you're being cuddled by a bunch of adorable puppies. Long fiber cotton produces luxuriously soft fabric that naturally keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. I've never felt more comfortable in my life. Icy Cotton by Buttercloth takes it one step further. This revolutionary shirt is literally infused with mint fibers that make the fabric cool to the touch. Mint is also a natural odor repellent, so you'll smell nice and fresh all day long. Can't smell a thing.
Do you like online shopping? Jeff Bezos made online shopping better with Amazon. You can buy batteries, get a TV, even purchase your favorite soda. But wait, do you like sports talk? Jeff Beck made sports talk better with 12 Ounce Sports. Next time you use Amazon, use www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Sign in and get shopping. It costs you nothing and helps us. That's www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Thanks. And welcome back to the AM Drive, live on 12 Ounce Sports. I'm bringing a special guest, a returning guest for me, a new guest for this show, Cody Felger of the Bring the Juice Colts podcast. And this is presented by Fanatics. If you're looking for gear for that sports fan in your life, Fanatics has got you covered. Every team, every league, they've got the apparel and merchandise to ensure that you and yours are showing your team pride each and every game day. The AM Drive are proud sponsor affiliates with Fanatics.com, so please use our special promotional link when you shop for your products. Visit theamdrive.com today or email us at 120zamdrive@gmail.com, and we will happily provide it for you. Thank you for your support and pick up your team gear at Fanatics today. What's up, Cody?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm a Colts fan. Hey, it's good to have another Colts fan here. I feel like I'm not alone anymore in this stuff. I'm having a great time. I heard that Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson are back. Well, they're going to speed up the process a little bit. How confident are you in them returning, first of all?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty confident that Quentin Nelson's going to be out there week 1. Carson Wentz, I'm still about 50-50 on him. Really depends. And Jim Irsay said as much after yesterday, in the middle of yesterday's practice. He said, hey, we think he's going to be out there, but we're not, he's not 100%. Hey, we're not going to make him go out there. We're not going to force him to go out there, which is great to see, because if you remember a couple years ago, Andrew Luck goes out there in a meaningless week 17 game, and look what happened. He didn't have to be it. He probably should have had surgery at that point. So great to see the Colts are learning lessons from the past.
I have a question for you, Cody, because I like that we are learning lessons. I believe that the Colts have had a fantastic offseason in adding Carson Wentz, although be it the injury bug that he sometimes has. We had a great draft as well, in my opinion. Michael Strachan, I believe is how you say that name. Like, our 7th-round kid is a beast. He's showing up big-time cornerbacks. How do you rate it? How do you like our draft class as part of the offseason?
Yeah, I personally loved it. I know right away there was a lot of people who were kind of like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this draft, but I personally was somebody who really loved it. I love the double dipping at pass rusher. Even if we don't see Dio Adangbo, the 2nd-round pick this year, I think the Colts really identified their biggest need, their biggest weakness, and it was the pass rush. And just adding guys like Kwity Paye and Dio and getting Kylan Granson, who's another guy that's really stood out in camp. Kylan. That I love Kylan, and I think he's going to be really fantastic for this offense. He had a touchdown yesterday in the joint practices against Carolina, so this dude's been tearing it up in training camp. And you mentioned Mike Strawn as well. He's absolutely fantastic. He's crazy. Like, he's been not just showing up, 2nd-string guys. He's been showing up really talented guys. Xavier Rhodes. Yesterday, J.C. Horn, who's the number 8 overall pick. Like, he is very, very talented, and we knew he was talented. Like, it seems like every year Chris Ballard goes and finds a guy that's super talented or very raw prospect in those later rounds. But Mike Strawn, out of any of these guys, and again, it is very early still. So, you've had some training camp heroes in the past. You think Deion Kane, who was a big name I know a couple of years ago. Right. But Mike Strawn, so far, all signs are indicating like he's making a very big push for this final 53 man.
I'm excited for a 7th-round pick. That would be great for Chris Ballard's growing resume. You speak about Chris Ballard. The Colts extended him. I saw on their Instagram. We did extend Chris Ballard and Frank Reich. How excited are you going forward with that part of the offseason that we extended those guys?
Yeah, I think they both deserve the extensions that they got. I mean, I would say obviously Ballard is the first one that deserves that extension with all the stuff he's had to deal with ever since coming in 2017. I mean, my word, all the craziness that had ensued, head coach leaving him at the altar, franchise quarterback retiring a couple weeks before the season, and now losing your left tackle pretty early into retirement. Yeah. He definitely deserves it because he scrapped the entire roster and has built it to be potentially a championship contender, all depending on the quarterback and the injuries and stuff. But yeah, I think for both these guys, well-deserved. Glad to see them pairing and tethered together for the next couple of years. I believe it was through 2026. So you have them for another 4 or 5 years. So that's good.
Cody, nice to meet you. I know that you and Mike have this bond here, but I, as a college football fanatic, I have been burned by Sam Ehlinger one too many times. I bet Texas because of him. I've bet him to win the Heisman. And convince me, if it's not Carson Wentz in week 1 and Sam Ehlinger, that I'm ready to get hurt again.
Well, I will say this. He is definitely well more mature beyond his years. I'll just say that. Like, for most rookie quarterbacks, it's very, very fast year 1 with a lot of rookies it is. But for him, he's got so much starting experience at Texas, right? Even compared to Jacob Eason, who he's kind of competing with for that potential starting quarterback spot or backup when Wentz does return. But, Ehlinger, nothing like stands out in terms of like physical abilities, but the dude is just a winner. He knows how to win. He knows how to come in those clutch moments. He's done it for so long. And so I was on the Easton train for a long time because I do feel like his potential is a lot higher. He's got a lot bigger arm and things like that. But you know what? I'm not looking at for the franchise quarterback. Hopefully Wentz can be that. And so if you need a guy that can go in and win you football games, I mean, Sam Ehlinger's your guy, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Hear that, Aaron? Bet some money on the Colts lines.
I'm ready to get hurt again.
Yes.
Thank you for the vote of confidence in Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah, for sure.
Love that guy. Well, and I'll be honest, when I was watching the draft class before we move on here, I was I have like my own little personal tablet thing I was doing, grading these players. I couldn't help but think Sam, like you said, he's a gamer. I read the stuff that like the scouts would say about him, but I thought to myself, as much as he had mistakes, I liked him. I was like, I like this guy. Jacob Eason had the chance to take a year off in Washington, came back to Washington, and nothing improved. Like you said, big ceiling. I agree. Big ceiling. But in the end, I was like, man, I'll take Sam. But I know you've tweeted about that a few times, like with different quarterbacks. Love that stuff, by the way. But I think our quarterback room is nice. I'll put it that way.
It is, and both these guys in yesterday's practice looked really, really good. Now, the thing I always want to be careful of, and it can be very misleading from different people who post stats. Some guys will get more second team run than first team run, so like sometimes stats can be very misleading in that way. So I always want to be like, okay, how do they look against the ones? What happened there? And I thought both those guys had really, really good practices, but I think Easton is obviously the more raw prospect at this point because really the guy's only had 13 games of starting experience. So I think it's hard to judge him right now. He's more of an unfinished product than Sam is at this point. And so I guess it goes to personal preference. Like, do you prefer a guy who maybe can make all the throws, but just needs some more starting reps? Or do you want a guy that's, maybe not as physically gifted, but has a lot more starting experience? And so it really comes down to your preference. I'm personally always going to go with the guy who has a higher ceiling, so that's why I would go with Eason, but I could see the argument for both ways. Honestly, I don't really care. As long as he's helping us win football games, doesn't matter to me. Right.
And since you brought up that, I'll ask you this. This is not like out of the realm, but 3 quarterbacks on the roster you think the Colts would do that?
I could see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that. They did it a couple of years ago. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. You're right. I could see them definitely doing that, especially if both these guys show out in the preseason. It's like, why wouldn't you? Why would you risk a Sam Ehlinger or a Jacob Eason potentially getting claimed off the practice squad? Maybe you do protect them on the practice squad. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I mean, I would be perfectly fine, because we know as much as I love Carson, I'll admit he's had some injuries in the past. And so you just never want to be too careful with that. Obviously, this injury was nothing that he could have done. It was just kind of a freak thing. But yeah, I would like to have as much insurance as I can at quarterback because there's a lot of uncertainty right now with it. I mean, a lot of potential for sure. But until I see Carson Wentz going out there and making sure, he's going to be fully healthy, I'd probably keep 3. Yeah.
I like your analogy there. Cody Felger, the Bring the Juice Colts podcast. Your following grows every single time. Like, this guy is pushing his stuff and it's working. Great voice too, by the way.
Thank you.
I don't have my Peyton Manning Hall of Fame shirt or my Andrew Luck jersey right now.
Did you finally wash it?
You know what? You guys are killing me with that stuff. I'm not, whatever, even if I did wash it, it's not as clean as the way Cody is decked out in I call it his Colts corner right there. Love that stuff. But,
Thank you.
Right. Cody, I have a question because if people are done with the Colts talk, good, because we are too. Peyton Manning is no longer just a Colt. He's immortalized in football heaven in the Hall of Fame. Your take on Peyton Manning's career?
Oh, man, Peyton Manning is the reason why I'm here today. I mean, Peyton Manning, he revolutionized the game, yes, but he also made me a fan. Like, nobody in my family was a Colts fan, really. And then, when 5th grade Cody watches Peyton Manning go to the Super Bowl and win, and then I'm a Colts fan ever since. So, yeah, that dude, I mean, when they say he literally built Lucas Oil, he literally did. Like, he is the reason why the Colts are still in Indianapolis today. And so, well-deserved. And I think they said it took like 13 seconds for the committee to unanimously vote Peyton Manning in, I thought that was a little bit too long. He should have got in. No question, no seconds debating. He should have got in.
Maybe they should have just.
Don't worry, Tom Brady will break that record too.
Oh my Lord! Quit. Hey, as much as I despise Tom Brady, being a Colts fan, I grew to hate Tom Brady. I will say I love what they've done for the game. I also love the fact they're friends off the field. That's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. It seems like the fact Tom Brady showed up, like he looked weird, but he showed up to that Colts Hall of Fame thing, or to the Peyton Manning's Hall of Fame. That was awesome. Amazing to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a fan, I used to hate Tom Brady, and I'm not really a huge fan, but okay, I have to respect the guy at this point. He's doing stuff that no other person's done. If I call myself a football fan, I've got to recognize and take my bias out of that and just respect that, because it's definitely impressive what Brady's able to do, albeit with a super team last year. But nonetheless, he won another Super Bowl. I have to give the guy credit.
And he might win another one.
Well, come on now. So actually, I wasn't going to talk about that, but we'll get to it because we got about 3 or 4 minutes here. Let's talk about it. Super Bowl sleepers or contenders? What are we doing here? Who are some teams that you're gearing towards? Are we looking at the Titans? Well, who are we looking at for the Super Bowl, at least in the AFC?
Okay, so for some sleepers, I certainly think Cleveland has everything to do. Yeah, they are so talented everywhere. And I really feel like they have a really good shot at the Super Bowl. I really do. It all depends, obviously, on Baker's development. If he can continue to build off of last year, I don't really see a glaring weakness in Cleveland. They got you could point to so many positions on their team and say, yeah, I could argue that's the top 5 position in the NFL. And so, yeah, Cleveland certainly is a team that, and they just got, Pittsburgh just got, never mind. But still, nonetheless, Cleveland is very talented, and I could see them being a team that could potentially challenge. Buffalo's another one. They shouldn't be a question. Josh Allen, they're always going to be in contention there. Throwing out Indianapolis, because I think that was obvious. I would say Indianapolis. That's a good question for AFC, because you mentioned Tennessee. If they go on a run like they did with Derrick Henry, I could see that happening. I just don't know with that defense if they're – and I'm totally trying to take the fandom out of it. That defense is just not good. It was really bad last year, and they lost a lot of pieces from that. So they added a few guys for sure, but I don't know. I'm not a true believer in Tennessee until I see that defense really live up to all the money and all the capital that they placed into that. So I would say Tennessee, unless they shore up their defense, probably not quite Super Bowl contenders, but they very much could be. AFC, let's see. Who else?
Ravens, maybe?
Ravens, maybe. Yeah, I thought I could throw out maybe a very deep sleeper, maybe the Chargers could be one. I don't know, maybe not, but with Justin Herbert's development, and maybe this falls flat and it doesn't work out. Maybe he has a sophomore slump, but he was really good last year, and now that they have an off season to build, I don't know if they'd be Super Bowl contenders, but I could see them being a get on a run, a very dark horse contender there potentially.
Derwin James.
Yeah, and they got some good players on that team.
Go ahead, Aaron. Well, you want to say something?
Oh, I just wanted to kind of shift gears and talk about the draft. You talked about it with the quarterbacks. I think personally, there's 7 of them in the first 3 rounds that could see the field this year due to performance or lack thereof by the starter. I think Kyle Trask is probably not going to see the field in Tampa Bay, but I'll list them off for you. Obviously, the first round picks we know about, the 5 in the top 15, Lawrence, Wilson, Lance. You have Fields, you have Mac Jones. And then I'm also talking about Kellen Mond and Davis Mills with the Texans and with the Vikings.
Well,
which of those 7 do you think could see the field first? Because the guy in front of them just can't get it done.
Yeah. So that's a good question. I could certainly see Davis Mills going in because Houston literally has nothing right now at all. And why wouldn't you at this point? You're not going to win the Super Bowl. You're not going to make the playoffs. Houston's kind of a wreck right now. Why wouldn't you see what you got in your 3rd round quarterback, right? So I could see that happening. I'm not sure if I'm ready to go Kellen Mond quite yet because I do think Kirk Cousins, they like him enough where he'd be their starter for this year. But certainly if last year happens again, maybe so, But yeah, I think all those 5 quarterbacks, Justin Fields, maybe not right away, but I could definitely see, if Chicago gets off to a rough start, if they did, Andy Dalton just doesn't look very good. Justin Fields has looked really good in camp from what I've heard. So I could definitely see that happening. I think all the other first-round quarterbacks for sure are going to be your starters moving forward. Mac Jones is going to be interesting, I guess, as well with Cam Newton. Mac Jones, he had a pretty good night last night in the preseason game. People will point to, all the checkdowns he had, but also he had a nice ball that just got dropped. So I could see if Cam Newton continues to struggle, I don't think Bill Belichick would be opposed really to starting Mac Jones in week 1. If not week 1, maybe later on in the season. So, yeah, I think all these quarterbacks potentially have a shot for sure.
Agreed.
Cody, I want to thank you. I don't know if you're an hour behind us or not. Like it's 10:50 here, but I appreciate you coming on the show, on this new show, obviously, and rejoining me. I love hearing a Colts fan as eloquently spoken as you are. It's fun. Shout out to Bring the Juice Colts podcast. Thanks for everything you do, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on again. It was a lot of fun.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir. I'll see you around.
All right.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. We come back. We're talking UFC fighter goes UFC on a thief. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
All right, and we are back with the AM Drive here, presented by 12 Ounce Sports. You can follow us on all of our socials right up there in the corner. AM Drive 120Z on Twitter, Facebook, and the Instagram. Also, please, when you shop at Amazon, use that dedicated. I'm going to try to do this. Use that dedicated code right there. I'm not good at my directions. Use that dedicated code right there at 12ozsportsradio.com/Amazon. It costs you exactly $0 more to use it, and it helps out the channel and definitely helps out the AM Drive. So if you're listening to us and you shop at Amazon like my family does, then please use 12ozsportsradio.com/Amazon. And actually, I've been clicking it. It takes you right to the app, which makes life a lot easier.
Yep.
And
In the app? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been clicking the link on our page at theamdrive.com. It takes me right into the app, and you can shop. I love the app. So that was my big thing with Beck was, hey, can we get this to reconnect or redirect to the app? And I don't know if he talked to him, but it does now. So, and we get credit for the commission. So, you want to go to theamdrive.com, go to our sponsors page and do that. I think it links you directly to the app. I'm not sure about that link right there, but that link right there will take you directly there.
Right.
All right, let's talk about it. UFC doing UFC things. So Russian fighter, UFC fighter Jordan Williams, who just signed with the UFC in September of last year, stopped a man from stealing his car and gave him let's call it an MMA lesson. Gave the guy an MMA lesson. Ran in to buy a drink at a gas station. I guess left the car running, which first of all, Jordan, don't fight me, but that's a dumb. That's a dumb move, man. Ultimately, a man, or I think it's a man, got into the driver's seat and decided to try to take it for a joyride. Well, I guess Jordan saw that, got there quick enough and stopped him. And like I said, I have no problem with somebody trying to steal your car to beat the ever-living heck out of them.
Aaron, when you sent me that link, the first thing I did, well, the best part about that entire article by Brett Okamoto, however you say that name, I love his quote when he said, the guy looked at me like, haha, I got you now. So, oh yeah, it sucks for you. And Jordan's like, okay, yeah, bite me. It was awesome. Love it.
He looked at him with a smug look, like, "Yeah, I got your car, and this is happening." Well, it wasn't happening for that guy. I would love to see the mugshot of the guy, how badly he got beat up, because
I don't believe he has a mugshot yet. I believe he got away, actually. Because Jordan posted on his Instagram the footage, which kind of sucks. That's what it sounds like to me. Whatever.
Well, let's hope that Jordan Williams can use this experience to finally win his first UFC fight. He's currently 0-2 right now. So there's not a third fight scheduled. So maybe Dana takes this, uses the publicity, because you're never going to let a good story go to waste, Dana White. I know you won't. So use the publicity from this and get this guy a third fight. I bet you'll sell tickets. So look at the guy who beat up the kid at the gas station. So all right, let's move forward. Talk about that, because hopefully we'll keep tabs on that and see if he gets a third fight. We might have to watch that one. But
of course.
This was another interesting story, I thought, as well. The BYU Cougars sponsor Built Brands, which deals mostly with protein bars, is now offering to cover tuition for walk-on members of the BYU football team. I think so far, and I'm sure there will be negative things that come out of the NIL, but so far the NIL has been big for college athletes and walk-on athletes too. I mean, they're basically now scholarship athletes by being covered by Built Brands. My wife bought those bars one time. They're decent. You put them in the freezer, they're pretty decent. So I have no problem supporting that company if this is some of the routes they continue to take with their money.
So I'll just use this as a sponsorship thing. Maybe, I wonder if Built Brand, I want to say small enough, is Built Brand possibly looking for potential customers? I would gladly put one in the freezer.
Well, I'm sure they're always looking for customers. Absolutely. Now, are they looking for affiliate deals?
Yeah, come on, you got me. Right there.
Yeah. All 123 members of the Cougars football program were offered an endorsement deal with Built Brands.
Wow.
Scholarship players will receive $1,000 each for representing the company, and the walk-on players will each offered what amounts to basically a 1-year scholarship, although they're paid directly and can spend that money however they choose. So if mommy and daddy are taking care of tuition, then I don't know how much the tuition is at BYU for a year, but you could put some money in some kids' pockets for sure.
Did I hear your wife just now?
No, unless she's at your house.
Whoa. This is not a midnight drive. Oh, man. Hey, listen. I like what you said about everything about the NIL has been great. And I want to,
You
want to talk about some beef real quick?
Okay.
Okay. Barstool athlete doing a great job, getting all these athletes signed. I kind of made an athlete kind of pissed off at me because I said, who cares about some guy who's on a private account on Twitter until, of course, I called him out. Now it's public. Like some dude like Southern California something volleyball. I'm like, what? I thought this was supposed to make you guys money. Who's buying this guy's jersey? Who's paying for his signature? Is that weird to you?
I don't think it's that. I think it's when these NCAA athletes have Instagram and Twitter and big Facebook followings or whatever social media platform they're on, they can't monetize them. But now in the NIL world, there's a girl, I think she plays volleyball at North Dakota. She's making $800,000 a year because she's good looking and she dances.
Amen.
And I know they have to probably give some of that to Barstool now, but Barstool is now putting these guys and girls on the map for those reasons. So they're collecting their cut, and Barstool, obviously the propaganda machine that is Barstool, they'll get you where you need to go.
I love Dave Portnoy. He's a give backer. He's a giver backer. I like that about him. Close this out, Aaron.
Yeah, I think everything Portnoy has touched has turned into gold, in my opinion. Obviously, there's people who didisagree.
The COVID stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, the Barstool Fund was incredible. I know that a lot of people were affected by that positively, and the people will always still find a bad thing to say about you. Haters gonna hate is what they say.
Yeah.
All right, that wraps up the week here for the AM Drive. We appreciate you all tuning in each and every day, starting your day with us with great sports talk, great guests. Thanks to Mitch Bernstein. And thanks to Cody Felger of the Bring the Juice Colts podcast as well. Thank you to our sponsors, 12-Ounce Sports Network, Vice Golf, Fanatics, Buttercloth. What else do we got? Amazon. What else do we got? Tide
Fanatics.
Fanatics as well. I think I said Fanatics, but that's going to do it for us this week on the AM Drive. Come back on Monday. I'm sure we'll have some more football to talk about. For Michael Carvelis, I am Aaron Crouch. We appreciate you tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Adios.